Let me first ask Shanaz here, what do you know about waste management when it comes to big events? Do you ever think about it? Is that something that crosses your mind when you go to a concert?
I don't know about other people's waste, but I try to be responsible of my waste.
Obviously, you're a very conscious person, but obviously not everyone's like you. Can you imagine the scale of like something like a big football game or like a big concert, right?
Maybe it's around 10 tons?
Yeah, man, I don't know. It must be a lot. I don't even know. I don't even know what unit of measurement to use. But today we can freely enjoy outdoor concerts and gatherings again. As we all know, the restrictions had been lifted at the end of last year. But when it comes to an event, the more people you have, the more waste they produce.
Yes. Based on See Today's research, the Dewa 19 concert on February the 4th, which drew a crowd of over 50,000 people, produced 17.5 tons of waste. This was still much lower compared to the waste produced by New Year partygoers at around 74 tons.
Wow. So you weren't even close on your test, even though you were shooting high there. So last year, the Nusantara Bersatu event at Gelora Bung Karno produced 31 tons of waste, while the Java Jazz Music Festival produced 6.3 tons over 3 days.
Right. Now, big events would often leave equally big waste problems, and disposing of them could be a headache. Now, with that in mind, the Waste Hub movement is here to provide an event waste management service. And today we'll talk about what they do in more detail with founder and environmentalist Ranitya Yunita. Hello, Mbak Nurlita.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Waste Hub. What was the reason you decided? Because I can imagine how large scale it is. So what was the reason you decided to head down this direction?
So this idea started when I was student, when I was in the US. Okay. So I have exchange program there. And then I saw that the people there is really good, especially for the conscious living. And then because I'm still student, right? So I don't have many things for improve my knowledge. And then I trying to get my knowledge about waste management, and I saw this the opportunity. And then after graduated around 2019, and then we established Waste Hub. So actually, Waste Hub started for waste pickers empowerment program. Okay. And then we show this opportunity for waste management events, because we live in Jakarta, and every day mostly 1,000 event, even for small scale until big scale, and then 100 events per month. So we decided like how we handle the waste management events, and we involving our waste speakers. So during the events, because even waste speakers, they close their eyes, they know this is the glass, this is the PET plastic, this is the paper. So that's why they are no better than us. So that's why we work together. We are help, and then we also gather with the event organizers, and then our waste speaker help us to segregate in the events. Okay. So after the event, they know how many waste that we collect and how many waste that not going to the landfill.
Okay, so this has to be like a concerted effort. We have to have event organizers that are willing to meet you halfway by already doing some of the work for you, so it won't be that. And also waste pickers are very, I guess it would be more efficient because they know what they're doing as well, right?
Of course, like they know well than us.
Yes, okay, got it.
They know everything. Now, maybe Marita, can you walk us through for one event? Can you visualize what are the steps that you Waste Hub actually really do with the waste produced by the event?
Yeah, so it's starting but first we should have the meeting with the organizers. Okay. And then we should also dealing with the janitors and the building management. Okay. Because sometimes building management have the system and us also have the system. And then we have some meetings, and then we also this is our system. And then we also provide trash bins. And the trash bin is not only one trash. So we have 3 types of trash bin. Start from the organic bins, and then the residual waste, and also recyclable waste. Okay. And on that bins, there are people who educate the visitors who want to throw the waste.
Oh, there's somebody on standby.
Of course.
Oh, good. Okay.
This is so we recruit also not only waste speakers, we also involving volunteers to help us. Okay. Because many events like concert or exhibitions, they already have the trash bin segregated around 304.
Yeah.
But the people, they don't
Yeah,
care,
they
you
don't
know.
care, they just throw it in.
This is organic, or okay, we'll mix.
And it can be confusing, by the way. Yesterday,
Yeah.
I was in front of one for like almost 2 minutes because
Yeah.
I had a paper cup with a plastic lid, and there was
Yeah.
some organic waste inside. I'm like, wait, I have something that's all three, so what do I do, right? So it does
Yeah.
get a bit confusing. Yes.
So our volunteer help the visitors to throw the waste. So like imagine like the pepper, and then you still have many organics. Then,
Right.
Yeah, for the organic, the volunteer help. This is for the organics, and then this
Okay.
is for the pepper, and this is for the
Plastic.
plastic. And then after that, so before they throw, and then our volunteer said, "Hold on,
Wait, don't make a mess out of this nice
Think
pile
about your
here.
waste. Okay.
hold on first. We want to educate you." Yeah.
Are Indonesians getting better at this? Because I feel like this is everywhere now. I feel like
Yeah.
we have these separate bins,
Of
and we
course.
are being more and more trained. But I remember thinking, when I first saw those bins, I remember just seeing one side of it, like completely
Yeah.
full. But I feel like nowadays it's getting better. Are we getting better at doing this?
Should we have people?
We need more.
We need
to
more
be
people.
better. Yeah.
We need more also initiative to help this.
Yeah.
And the important thing is about the people remind and always
Yes.
remind.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. So after our volunteers, our waste picker came after the bins is already full.
Filled.
So and then the waste picker take, and then we also have other drop points in the end of the areas in the exhibitions, and then the waste pickers more make any segregation process for the plastic, for the PET, HDPE,
Right.
and then many kind of plastics, and then also residual waste, styrofoam. So yeah, so mostly we already held before pandemic. We held and handled a waste management event in one of the event in South Tangerang, and we got around 3 days, around 2 tons of waste,
Okay.
and around 2 tons. So we have 59% of organic waste. And then others, around 20% is plastics. And then others one is like pepper, around 20 or 15%. And residual waste is around less than 10%.
Okay.
Means that if we start from the beginning, and then we're not throwing in the landfill, because after we put all the segregation waste, we put on at our off-takers. Who is the off-takers? So our off-takers is waste bank, unit recycling,
Yes.
and many things, right?
Right.
And we put others in nearby the events. So we also did some of the assessment, who unit recyclings around that area, and then we call them what waste that you can accept for us, and then we can handle the organic. Okay, can we partnership? So you handle the organic waste, and then we bring the organic waste to them.
Okay.
And then after that, for the plastic, we call other off-taker. Hey, can you propose, and can you also handle our plastic off? Of course.
Okay.
So we have like multi-layer, we can do it, and then we also do the PET, HDPE, and then I said, okay, can we partnership for this events? So our plastic waste, you can handle it? Oh, of course. So yeah, so waste hub, you want to hub all the waste management.
it
And you
becomes a hub.
distribute it.
Yeah.
Well, I can imagine also you might need to anticipate, right? I mean, this requires a bit of precision, kind of like anticipation.
Yeah.
For example, do different events have different, in your experience, different, more of a certain type of waste than others? Like, for
Yeah.
example, a concert, people might consume things. Do you do this sort of assessment beforehand so that you can hire the right amount of people and get the right amount of partners? Because you have to, when you get your partners, you have to kind of give
Yeah.
them a rough idea. We think we're going to have this much waste. Can you
Yeah.
handle that much? Like, does that get into consideration as well before an event?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So before our client want to partnership with us, we have pre-assessment form.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So they should feel what kind of potential waste that they will produce.
Right.
And then after that, we also, because we not only waste management event, because also we building office, and we ask them to take the photo of your trash bin, how many trash bin you have.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how many employee you have.
Okay.
Because if they have much employee, of course, the waste also will hire us. So yeah, they should after submit the form that we produce, and we help them, and then they should fill all this form, and then we continue for others process.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Process.
So Nurlita, also you won the Young Champions of the Earth Prize from the UN in 2020 for your work with waste hub. It's very admirable. Now, tell us more about this, and including how it motivates you to, work more in waste management.
Yeah, this is very prestigious events because from the UN, UNIP, United Nations Environmental Program. So I know this many years before. And then this is like a award for young leaders who have something useful, something impactful for the community. So the process is like, so they announce every year annually programs and then apply the form, application form, and then we also did interview. We also did some of the video tapping and everything. And then because during pandemic, everything will be online, and all the selection process is online. And then I selected represent Indonesia in the Asia Pacific, and then after Asia Pacific, continue the next phase, and then they got grants to more give the impact to the community.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, wow, that's
but
great.
on that time, on Indonesia, we only represent Asia Pacific for the next phase, not yet.
Okay.
But I hope in the future, young leaders here, I hope that
Take
you
that
can,
next step.
take next step. So I'm happy to help even
Yay.
young leaders who
Yeah.
interest for environmental things. I hope that you will be my assessors to do and to get that awards.
Amen.
Yeah.
Certainly you already paved the way the right way. By the way, I also want to, you watch a lot of streaming services. Have you ever seen the one on Woodstock 99?
No, not yet.
So maybe you're aware of this. I always think of waste management, especially for events, as something like out of sight, out of mind. Like the less you see, the more that it's working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if you've watched that documentary on Woodstock 99, the big tragedy with that was actually had to do with waste management and
Really?
sanitation. Yes, so the event organizers did not plan that part well whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then it was a multi-day event. So then sanitation, they weren't, like the toilets were not being cleaned regularly. The sanitation, the water systems were starting to get dirty as well because it was all recycled. And then the worst part was trash was not getting taken out when it should be. So on the second day, on the third day, these revelers that were staying there actually had to be there with trash everywhere. And it started, and then riots happened because they were just sick of it. They were like, okay, you guys are not cleaning this place up. So they started to set fire to parts of the event and the venue. So I say all that to say that it's something we don't think about a lot, but if
Yes.
it goes wrong, it can go
Yeah.
terribly wrong as
Yeah,
well.
of course.
So again, this is something that requires a lot of coordination. What do you do to ensure with event organizers that, because it's not just you, I mean, you could do
Yeah.
the best job in the world, but if event organizers are not like-minded, then you won't be on the same page. So what do
Yeah.
you do to ensure that event organizers and everyone else with your partners will all be on the same page and will hold themselves to the same standards as Waste Hub does?
Yeah, so before we do all the waste management events, we have many meetings with them. Even I went to the buildings and then we talk to janitors, we talk with the building management, we talk with the event organizer, even we talk also the training for the tenants. So
Okay.
like the exhibition, they have many tenants.
Yes.
Even we talk with tenants, also we do the briefing for the volunteers. So yeah, like we also even organizing, but focusing for waste management.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. You're doing
kinda
just as much legwork as the event organizers. All right.
Yeah, so but we just ask the organizers, can you give us your cleaning fees into waste management fees? It's better than
Right.
even if we just use the cleaning fees and then you will throw to the landfill. But us, we're trying to reduce go to the landfill because do you remember like around less than 10% residual waste means that residual waste only can take care of the landfill.
Right.
But most than that is organized well by our
Reduce it,
off-takers.
like
of
almost
course.
10 times, almost
Yeah.
tenfold. There you go.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
That's nice. Now, Marita, also, my last question would be, this year's International Women's Day theme is digital innovation and technology for gender equality.
Yeah.
Now, in your perspective, how can women today take roles in the developing world of innovation and also technology, especially concerning the environment or specifically waste?
Yeah, for me, women's is the first step.
Really?
To educate. Because like women, they have a house, they also have a family.
True.
Yeah, and they should teach for the beginning. Like in my home, so I put a waste bin and that's segregate. So if not only my friends who come to my house, I put this is for the plastic waste, then for the residual waste, then this the paper waste. So this also should be like not only women but all the family should be involving.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is the important thing. And then a women's should be balanced, right, with the men's. So like women also should increase their ability for the technology. And yeah, because we work, it's not only Indonesian right here, but we are global citizens. How we can contribute in the global life. And like me, I'm working in the US, so like I'm really global citizen because I also handle all waste management, but it's focusing for the PET plastics. So yeah, so it's not only in Indonesia, but the office that I work also in some of the countries like the Philippines and then Malaysia, Thailand, Honduras, Pakistan, and then China, because they are need waste segregation process with the good quality. Because mostly we know that this like, oh, this is the PET plastic. PET plastic is like mineral water.
Yeah.
Yes.
But they have many grades. For the grade A is super clear. It starts because they are from the household level.
Right.
And then for the level 2 is kinda from the event. So they are still have kinda water and then yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay, right.
And then some of the something inside.
Right.
And then the third grade is the worst quality. And the factories cannot accept it
Oh, at all.
at all.
So it becomes just residual
Yeah.
waste.
And also recycling rate is very low in Indonesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't know this. If the good quality, they will get the good price.
Yes.
But if the low quality, of course, end it in the landfill.
And in the landfill.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Yeah.
So actually, it's Women's Day is tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
so it's a great time to have you. Thank you so much
Yeah.
for sharing more about waste.
Yeah.
Please do continue because we do know that huge concerts and events are coming up. There's a
course.
big
Yeah,
Blackpink
of course.
concert. Can you guess how many tons of waste that's going to produce? It's going to be a
Yeah.
lot, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nurlita.
Anyway, thank you for
Thank you for
coming
the
Yeah,
inspiration.
anytime.